The first question that I will be covering for the quiz review is question regarding what type of example is the document that Jack types up for Shannon to transact any and all business for him while he's gone on a trip. He gives her authority for the duration of the trip and expires upon his return, and he signs it, gives it to her, and she agrees to take on the responsibility. In the book, the elements that meet this is an agency at will. According to the definition of agency at will, it says specifically that an agency relationship that exists at the will of both parties and can be canceled by either one at any time. It doesn't meet the definition of the independent contractor because that's through an employer, and it doesn't really, based on the information here, it doesn't say that Jack is her employer or that Shannon works for him in any capacity. So we're not led to believe that it's an employer-employee type of relationship or that it could be an independent contractor relationship. A special power of attorney, it doesn't meet that qualification because according to that definition, a special power of attorney it's in regard to specific transactions. In this, it says he gives the authority to granted for any duration and any and all business. So it's not, doesn't specify anything in particular. It does meet the definition of a general power of attorney, which is basically authorizing the agent to act on behalf of the principal in all matters. So it does meet that because it says any and all. And it is an agency relationship by definition simply because it is a valid contract. It's consent of both parties, and it says who agrees right here. Shannon agrees to act on behalf of Jack, and also the capacity of the parties to act. No written agreement is required, even though this one was written, and no exchange of consideration. So consideration is a main or cause, promise to induce, and that wasn't given, and then proper purpose. So it meets the definition of an agency relationship. Again, it doesn't meet that because there was no promise exchanged, and it doesn't meet the durable power of attorney by definition either. The next question that I will be covering is Charlie sees Meg riding a bike. They exchange. Meg ends up selling him the bike. It actually doesn't belong to her. It belongs to Sarah. And based on the information here, we'll go through the answers. The money is exchanged, and it's an example of what type of relationship. It's none because based on the facts, it does not establish that Meg was Sarah's agent. It almost could be implied because you're led to believe that Meg had the authority to do that, but again, it doesn't say that she did. So it doesn't meet the qualifications of implied either. It can be apparent, but again, it doesn't really give enough information to know if Sarah actually gave the authority to Meg in any capacity, according to the textbook definitions of agent. Estoppel, being stopped by your own prior acts for claiming a right against another person. It doesn't meet that definition either. And it doesn't say that Sarah gave Meg actual authority to do anything, so it doesn't really give enough information to be able to imply that there was any type of relationship. So the proper answer is none. These facts do not establish. The last question I will be covering is which of the following traditional rules of a partnership can be waived or modified? In our book under partnerships, there's a specific paragraph that says written agreements under a partnership, and basically all of these can be waived in accordance with the written partnership agreement if the agreement says so in some capacity. The only thing that cannot be waived is it's got to be in accordance with applicable law. And of course that makes sense because it has to be conducive with the law of the state that the partnership is incorporated in or established in. So any of these can be waived or altered, changed in accordance with what the partners all want to be in the partnership agreement.